Hey, good morning, creative friends. It is Monday. Not much got done yesterday. We were busy setting up my new computer, which we didn't finish setting up. Ugh, you know. So both of them are kind of set up in there. Anyway, I have made the dining room my new painting station. I'm just not feeling it out in my studio right now because I can't really appropriately set it back up the way I want it because it's so cold. So I just thought, well, I could just set up the dining room. So this is a piece that I did last fall. It hasn't sold in the booth, and I think part of it may be that when I distressed it, it really looked dirty. And although I thought, oh, well, that still looks farmhouse, I guess, I don't know. I'm imagining people didn't like it because of that. It wasn't crisp. So this is a piece that we got for free from the neighbors. And I am going to try a technique that Jamie Ray did the other day. I really would like to learn to paint things to make them look old. And I'm going to start with this bench. So I'm going to do part of it. And if it works out, I will come back and do a video on it. But I'll kind of show you guys throughout just kind of what I'm doing. And we'll see how it turns out together. All right. I went ahead and, as much as it pained me, I covered up all my stenciling. You can see a little bit through, but it's very minor. And we're going to do layers as we're sort of trying to follow Jamie's tutorial. Not sure how it's working out. Here's my first side. We're trying to make this look old, so this side isn't quite dry yet. And it looks like a big mess. So this side actually looks a little bit better. Maybe I need to spray that a little bit more with water because this is kind of a little bit more blended. So I think I'm going to do that, and then I'll show you how it looks. I'm starting on the side and the back. I want to put a transfer on this when it's done, so we'll see. So I have done, we started out with our white swan base, and then I used prairie gray, and then I used sandy blonde, and then this is apothecary. And I'm really kind of digging it. I really do like it. I'm going to do one more color. I'm going to do this darker green, which is called Farm Fresh. It is. And I picked out my transfer. Let me see if I can set you down. So this is the transfer that I'm going to use. And honestly, I'm really excited about how it's going to look. I like that it's, just black outline. And I'm really looking forward to getting this piece finished today. This is going to be pretty much an all-day project. I'm going to put this back together, protect it from the dogs. But like I said, I'm going to do one more color, and then I'll show you how that looks. And then I think I will do an actual project video on doing the front. We're going to do a Jamie Ray kind of a copy. We're going to use one of the techniques that she recently showed. I have 5 colors. This piece has already been painted with white swan. Next layer is going to be prairie gray. then sandy blonde. Then apothecary, and finally farm fresh. So 5 total colors, and we're going to start with the prairie gray. If I can find my, if you're hearing crunching in the background, it is a dog eating. Okay, so I'm kind of following Jamie's technique that she showed recently on a hutch, but I'm kind of making it my own in a way. So I'm taking the prairie gray and I'm going to do the cross hatch like she did. And I'm kind of dry brushing it because I want the white, I want a little bit of white to show through when all is said and done. So I've already done the other sides, and I'm going to try to make this one, you know, mimic. They're all not going to be identical because it's not basic paint finish that's just flat. So like I said, not applying too much paint, just enough to get a few splatters of darker color, but still showing quite a bit of white. Now Jamie used a Water Girl mister. I have mine ordered, but I don't have it yet, so I'm going to use a regular spray bottle by water. Okay, so there we go. Now I'm going to bring my spray bottle back kind of far from the piece and lightly spray it. And then I'm going to, Jamie can do this. I can't do that at all. I tried and I just can't do it. So I'm going to do this direction and then go the other direction. So you can kind of see the idea. You want to do some blending, but you still want your light color to show through. In the end, we still want to see a little bit of that white come through even after all the colors go on. So I'm going to let this dry and then come back. And I'm not going to let it dry 100%. I'm just going to let it get pretty tacky. most of the white, but like I said, not all of it. So the whole point is to make this look aged and old and weathered. All right, that's it for this side. I don't know if, let's see how that looks without the bright light shining on it. So yeah, kind of looks almost like rock in a way. I really love this technique. I'm having a lot of fun with this technique, and that's important, having fun. So I'll be back for my next layer. It's been, I don't know, 10 minutes or so. I'm gonna go on with the sandy blonde. And yeah, we can't do that right now. Sorry, Sheba. You can play later. So again, I'm just gonna come in and I'm gonna kind of dry brush. I'm losing some bristles out of this brush. And that is my tea that I reheated, so I might need to go get that because it's gonna keep beeping. So the idea is to create multiple layers of color and texture to give it that aged look. And I'm super digging how this looks. I wanted to try this small piece that didn't cost us anything to, you know, try it first on something that wasn't expensive and see if I liked it and if I liked, you know, the final product. And so far, I'm digging it pretty well. I asked Honey if he liked it, and he said yes, but it's early in the morning for him, and I can't tell if he's telling me the truth or just wanted to shut me up. All right, so for those of you who are new, we've been very inspired. I have been very inspired by Jamie Ray Vintage, and kind of started on this journey, I don't know, a year, a little bit more than that ago. And we now have a booth at the Brass Armadillo Antique Mall in Denver. And we've been there for 4 months now, and really happy with how that's going. I mean, we could do better, but we're just starting out. We're learning what people like in our area. Farmhouse and French Farmhouse is kind of our thing. And yeah, we'll see how this turns out. I'll be back for the next layer. And move on to the Apothecary. And I'm just using the same brush for every color, to be honest. I'm not cleaning it in between, you know, because I'm just dry brushing, so yeah, just using the same brush. And I'm not a big brush connoisseur, not yet, but this is a Paint Pixie, I don't know what number it is because it's all covered up by paint. Really love it once you start adding the green on here. And I'm so anxious to get it finished up because I can't wait to get that transfer on it. I think it's going to be really, really pretty. said, this is a technique I watched on January's channel, but I'm definitely not following her tutorial 100% and kind of making it my own, but following that crisscross pattern and really liking the results. And I think you could go with a multitude of colors that this would look really great on, but I'm sticking with similar colors to what she did. Just because it's my first time doing it, I wanted to stick with that color palette because you know, I was able to see how it turned out for her, and that's why I mean, I added some more colors than what she did, but similar. So I was talking to Honey earlier and discussing if I should continue with this pattern throughout the whole thing or paint the main area where the transfer is going to go a solid color. He voted to go with the solid color, so I'm probably going to paint a solid color and then see kind of how it looks, go from there. Okay, so because I just dry brushed this and I haven't used any water yet, I'm going to just go ahead with my next color, and then I'll mist it after that. So that's Apothecary and this is Farm Fresh. Again, just a very small amount of paint. And as you can see, like I said, I did not clean my brush. All the different colors just really give this great textured look. And sometimes I really like it when you get kind of a bigger blob of color. It just really adds to the uniqueness of the piece. And I will be very surprised if this does not sell quickly in our booth because it's going to be very, very unique. I actually have another piece just like this, exactly the same, that I did similar in a farmhouse, not similar to this, but similar to the way this looked when I started. And I may end up painting that one in a similar but different color palette, similar style, different color palette. We'll see how this turns out. Okay. Still losing some bristles. All right, now I'm going to take my water bottle, and I definitely, as Jamie said, would recommend a mister bottle, but I don't have one, so I'm using this one, and I'm just being cautious to stay far enough away from the piece not to saturate it, and to just get more of a mist than like a firm stream. And that water helps mix those colors so you're not seeing the actual like crisscross strokes as much. It blends those out and makes it look more marbled and blended. But you can still see the layers and the colors coming through. Not too much white coming through, but some. Okay. So here's a closer look. Let's look at the other side, because the other side's completely dry. And I just really love it. Curious to know what you guys think. So I'm going to go ahead, and I started doing the insides over here and over here. I'm going to finish that up, and we'll see what happens with this, if we go solid or we keep going with the crosshatch pattern. We'll see. Finished painting the whole piece. I did decide to paint it all the same. Honey had suggested I paint it two-tone, but I decided I really wanted to go this route. I've got some funky spots, but I'm going to sand this piece as soon as it's dry, and then I'm going to clear coat it, and then I'm going to put the transfer on it. And I already cut this piece of the transfer that's going to go up here. And then the rest of it's going to come down the seat and come across the front. So super excited. I can't wait to show you guys. But we've got a couple errands to run, and we'll probably put some clips in between. This is the piece all dried, sanded, and distressed. Front and back. And now I am going to use Sweet Pickins Top Coat, and I'm going to use this foam brush, and I'm going to seal all of it so that I can put my transfer on when that's dry. Probably need to do a couple or 3 coats on the seat. but just I think one coat on the rest, maybe here as well. But I'll be back after, well, I probably need to show you guys that too. So I'll be back. Pretty simple to get it on with this foam brush. And these foam brushes are very inexpensive, so it's nice that they can just be, I mean, you can clean them and use them several times, but they're pretty much a throwaway item. And it's kind of darkening my piece up, but when it dries, it'll go back to this lighter color. You just want to make sure you get it on evenly. All right, I'm not going to make you watch me do this whole piece because this is the really, really boring part. So I'm just going to get this front part smoothed out. And I'll be back when it's all done. Next thing I'm going to do is use this IOD transfer. This is a paintable decor transfer, 24 by 33. And this is how it's going to look. So I did cut it earlier. And this is the piece that's going to go at the top. So I'm going to take the backing off. This is the tool that comes with it to apply it. Okay. So it's sticky, but it's not super sticky. it. Okay. Look at that. That is cool. Oh, I love it. Okay, so I'm going to put the rest of the transfer on and I'll be back and show you what it looks like when I'm all done. Final look. I kind of put it at the end of our hallway. Just for now. It's going to the antique mall for sure. But boy, I love it. I actually put it in there where that bench is to take some photos of it. And I just love this bench. And I have another bench like this. So I'm probably going to do something in this realm for the other bench too, especially if it sells quick. Anyway, okay, hope you guys enjoyed. Thanks for watching. Be sure to like and subscribe for more videos like this.